And you see how she tried to change the subject, but he kept coming back to the allegation and the drug cheat because it's guilt. It's guilt. It's a guilty conscience. And when it comes to a guilty conscience, you're going to try to explain and try to do certain things because the cat's out of the bag, man. And since they don't allow certain reporters to come in to give the tough questions, then you should have let me finish off like I finished off. Now you're giving me opportunity to challenge you. So I'm up for the challenge that I had to bring out certain things that he done and he know he done. You know, and that's just what make me who I am. You have to cheat me to beat me, you know, and like I told him, if he was under my circumstances that night, they would have to call the 911.
Those are the words of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder as he explains that, you know, why did Tyson Fury keep going back to the accusations, the allegations, you know, and he said, well, hey, you know, according to Wilder, it's nervous energy, guilt. That's why he kept talking about it. You know, I would have to disagree. I think it wasn't guilt at all. I did question his pacing. I did question why he didn't sit down. You know, I did question that. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? But then if you have something to say to someone, you had two different people. One was calm or whatever, you know, the demeanor was calm. And then the other one was not. Tyson Fury was not calm. Tyson Fury was pacing. Now, have we seen him walk and talk before? Yes. You know, but we have at least seen him sit down at some point and let whoever take the show like they were paid to do, like the hostess, Kate Abdu. Bars. But I think because he had something to say to get off his chest, that's why he was pacing like that. You know, like he said, the nervous energy. I think the nervous energy was because of the confrontation that he was going to confront you with. Okay, he was going to present you with this confrontation. I think that's where it came from. Maybe because it didn't happen the first time, which I don't understand why. But I think Wilder did let the cat out of the bag, like he said, because he did mention it. You know, he did mention, hey, you know, the things I went through, this, that, and the other. And I think Tyson was like, you know what, I'm going to let him have it. And you know what I mean? And when that's out of the bag, you have to understand, you know, Wilder has to understand, you don't say something for a very long time to different channels, and those channels keep repeating it, duplicating it, and preaching it like it's gospel. And don't expect somebody to do what Tyson Fury did to you. That's why he was going back to it, if that's what he was called. I don't think it was ever over. Because Tyson didn't stop. You know, he wasn't in Tyson started something else. No, I think what happened, he mentioned it because he mentioned JD's. And then here's the funny thing about that. JD's wasn't allowed to speak. JD's didn't speak. And it made me think like JD's may have a gag order. Because see, at least that's another factor that nobody looks at. Oh, don't worry about my trainer. I mean, no, you have to worry about your trainer. Because if what you said is true about Fury, that meant your trainer is the one that can clear all that up. He is the one that has to tell or has to side with you, yes or no. And just because he's still with you don't mean he sided with you, because Shelly Finkel ain't brought this shit up either. If you notice, Shelly Finkel said, nah, to Deontay Wilder, right? Whatever he said. I would like to know what the hell it was. But, you know, I think based on how the whisper and, you know, Tyson Fury was amped up, I think what ended up happening, Shelly Finkel told Deontay something, you know, down the lines of, he either told him, hey, stop speaking of that, that's a court matter, or because we have to give Wilder the benefit of the doubt, right? Because if they are planning to take Tyson Fury to court, certain things shouldn't be said. Which, if that's the case, he shouldn't have even said that. Tampered gloves and shit like that. But, you know, so he probably said that, or he said that this is something that could be or could go to court. If that makes sense. Something that you should, you know, that you should wait till court, or something, if you keep talking, could wind up in court. Because see, the more you talk, the more you incriminate yourself. You know what I mean? So the defamation of character thing, I think Shelley walked over there and told him, hey, we could get sued or we're going to sue. Okay, and I think that's what Shelley said. So like that gets legal when you start talking about something that should go to court, and court is not always for on display. Court, this should be something that, hey, you know, like a criminal thing or somebody cheated, you know. I just don't like that. But then, you know, there's a reason for everything. But the problem for that, the problem with that is Shelley Finkel hasn't came out. JD's hasn't said a fucking thing. Mark Breland got fired. Okay, so you know what I mean? Mark Breland said the same thing that Tyson Fury said. Well, damn, I wasn't in there with the gloves. You want to blame me for some water? Shit, JD's had the water too. Now, to be fair, he did say JD's had the water. No, you had the water too. You know what I mean? You know, so you have to be accountable for yourself. So you have to look at it like that. So a lot of things transpired with these two, with those two sides, and there's a lot of things and a lot of people that it would be best that they clear it up. But if you just want to check, that's what exactly you're going to do. You're going to shut up. That's what JD's did. That's what Shelley Finkel's like. I wish he wouldn't have said that. So he denied it, or he wished that Deontay Wilder wouldn't have revealed that or said that. But why? If it's true, if you felt it was true, that's one thing. But Shelley Finkel is also the manager and also a businessman at the end of the day. So, but it goes back to what he told Deontay in his ear. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this segment of the interview. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.